this is the front driver's lock that I've removed from the car, and I like to try and repair things if I can. I couldn't find a video that really showed how this lock worked, so I thought I'd do my own video showing what I've learnt, and I'm hoping that it might be useful to other people that may have similar problems with locks not working in the future. So what I'll do, I'll explain how it works both electrically and mechanically. I'll explain what's wrong with this one, and I'll explain what I'm going to do to fix my fault. So let's just go through the components. This is obviously the latch assembly, the body. You've got the exterior door lock handle here, exterior handle here, which connects to the mechanism via this rod here, and then this part is the key override, which connects via a rod into here. Now I think this arrangement with the shrouding around it is to stop you from fishing down through the window and operating the latch without a key. Can't see any other reason to have this. This rod doesn't have it, so I think that is just to protect the integrity of the security. The other component, which is off the camera, is this handle here. This is the interior handle, which obviously operates, as you can see, via this cable here. So to get the lock apart, what you need to do is quite simple. There are two screws. There's one there and one there. You undo those, and then you can slide this out through this little arrangement there, this little slot. Okay, once you've done that, you can put a screwdriver down there and just lever these two parts apart. You don't need to take this off. This is the electronics part, so you've got a little activator there, you've got some switches which I'll talk about a little bit later on. But what I'm going to do first is talk about the mechanics, how this works mechanically. So the two rods come in. This is the exterior door handle, connects into there, and then this one here is the key override, which connects into there. The arrangement's quite simple really. So the way it works is, when the latch is locked, then that's come out actually, that should be in there, that's it. So when it's locked, this part here should be like that, so it should be over to there, and then there's a little pin which is in that recess. When it's in that recess, this latch here can't be released. When the latch is in the unlocked position, which is over there, that little pin sits there and that latch can be released. Okay, so let's just go back to that. So this thing here spins round, and when you want to lock or unlock or deadlock the latch, and it moves that. Okay, so it spins around and moves that. I think I'll talk about the problems with this particular latch in a little while, so I'll just carry on explaining how it works. So I've talked about this. Now there are four, I think it is, let me just check, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 micro switches, and the first one is driven off of this point here, and that switch tells the system whether this latch is in the locked or unlocked position. There's another switch that goes in there. Now I think that one tells the system if the latch is deadlocked or not. There is another switch that is driven over here, and that one I'm pretty certain it's activated when you use the interior or exterior, or the interior handle, and I think that one, the switch that goes into there, tells the system to unlock all of the doors, so it activates the central locking. and there's a final one which I'm not sure if you can see that, but is activated in here. This is the other part of this latch, and this switch here will tell the system what state the latch is in, where the latch is in. And before I talk about the issues with this lock, I'll just show you where the switches are. So it goes like that. So this switch here is the one that tells the system if it's locked or not. This one here, I'm pretty certain, tells it whether it's deadlocked or not. This one here is used to unlock all the doors when the driver's door internal handle is used. And this one here, which doesn't seem to work now, I can't hear clicks on that. This one here, I'm pretty certain, well, I know, it tells the system the status of the latch. Okay. So, the problem with this lock is this latch. It's not releasing. It will release, let's make sure that's in the unlock state, which it is. If I use that handle, that will release. See that latch moves? But it's a little bit stiff. It's not as free as it should be. And if I use the interior door handle, which is the problem I've got with this particular lock, so just to recap, when I'm driving along or when I move off, the central locking system locks the doors. I then can't use the interior handle to release this latch. So the latch, the interior latch, which is connected to that, sorry, that's the lock part, that's the piece that locks the latch, it's this little bit here. That is not releasing the latch, and I am as certain as I can be that it's because that latch is now too stiff. When I first took this apart, the latch was really stiff and it didn't really have any spring in it at all. I put lots of carb cleaner and brake cleaner in there, and at one stage I got it perfect. It was springing back really good, but it only lasted for about 30 seconds. And I think what's happened is that the plastic that's coating that latch has probably degraded over time, and it's causing friction. Now unfortunately on this latch, as you can see, some of these parts you can just take out, you can clean, you can get to. Other parts in here which are riveted in, you can't get to. If I could take that apart, I'm sure I could get that working. I'm certain I can, because the spring's good, there's a little spring in there, that's working, but unfortunately I just can't get that off. I even tried putting a screwdriver in there and prising it to try and make it a little bit bigger gap. It just didn't work. So I spent ages on that, cleaning it. It worked while it had the carb cleaner in there. Once that evaporated, it just went back to being stiff. So that's the problem with this latch. I'm certain it's stiff. Very frustrating, but that's the way it is. So I've bought a new latch. I only paid £18 on eBay, so I can't really complain. This is the new latch. It's not as free as I'd like it to be, but it does work. Now I know this isn't actually operating it from the interior door handle, which is the fault that I've got on the on this latch, but it's definitely freer than the other one. So I'm pretty certain that when I change this over, you see it's moving, but there's a bit of resistance there. So what I'm going to do now then is I'll need to take this housing off, disconnect these. These are quite easy, as you can see on there. these just clip in these rods, it seems, so I don't think I'll have any issues, and these things will just push out if I need to. So I'm going to take that housing off, take the rods out, assemble that housing onto the new lock, and then we'll put it into the car and we'll see what happens. I'll do an update to show you if it worked or if it didn't.